Hi. In a red pickup truck. A little tiny short red pickup truck. So I see a ugly ass little red pickup truck over where I usually park. And as a result, just in case that asshole's here, I have my camera recording. I'm gonna go get my morning coffee. And of course, start trying to get something going. Life is what it is. Cold and windy. Fuck. Morning, Anna.
How are you today?
I'm alright. I just found my keys underneath your bench.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm so glad I didn't have my car key attached to it, or I'd never left last night.
Waiting for 2:15?
Yes, ma'am. About 15 and 7 because it's really cold. Make sure I know I have money. Thanks, ma'am.
So I'm going to stay as well.
Yeah, I have those days off too. I woke up about 10 minutes ago and I went, oh man, I need to get some coffee.
That's me right now. I'm just like so tired of feeling. There it is. I'm still trying to wake up though.
Good morning. Thank you for being warm in here.
Are you ready to get your coffee?
I already got it. There's a little dweezil over at Fred Meyers who's kind of a jerk. He wears a Kansas City beanie and he has a big gap in his teeth. And I saw him yesterday here. He was driving through in a little short red pickup. I saw one out there this morning. I went, all right, I hope that's not him.
Oh gosh. Excuse me?
All right. It seems to me that Polynesian society is very nice peoples, right? No, not really. They don't exactly have a history of being nice. Not to each other. For certain. It's all human history, though, isn't it? So am I on this Polynesian kick? Same reason I'm on the Aleut kick. I like boats. I like the way things work. I like making the world a better place. Although a lot of these things were made and used for destruction, it doesn't mean that it has to be. There have been lots of people that made great and wonderful things, believing they would end war. Well, the Gatling gun did not end war. Isn't that just the most obscure excuse? Oh, I just made it so that we could show the Europeans how futile war is. Oh, no, you didn't. You did it for a profit, Mr. Maxim. You did it for a profit, Mr. Browning. You did it for a profit, Mr. Colt. You did it for a profit, Mr. Gatling. I'm busy sitting on one of my hands. I was thinking to myself, if I got into a fight with one of them Maori, or maybe a Samoan, or one of them Tongan thugs. Stole that from a movie, by the way. Do I have anything against Tongans? Nope. Do I know any Tongans? Not to my knowledge. Do I have any hatred for Tongans? No, not even close. How could I hate Tongans? I don't know any. Tonga is the only Polynesian nation that is still a nation. Or its own independent nation, I should say. The Tongans own Tonga, whereas Samoa is U.S. territory. Guam is U.S. territory. Much like Puerto Rico, U.S. territory. But territories don't get the right to vote. Puerto Ricans don't get to vote in American elections unless they're American nationals, which, being born in American territory, does not make you an American national. Isn't it strange how they make all this weird-ass paperwork and excuses why you can't be a human because of where you were born? What language you speak? A lot of people want to talk about how Native Americans were forced to speak foreign languages, like French and English and German, and they absolutely were. When this country was first formed as the United States, we didn't even know what the main language was going to be. Most of the soldiers, well, a good portion of the soldiers were German immigrants. Like first generation German immigrants, like they just got off the boat, similar to the ancestors I had during the Civil War. What did Germany and Great Britain have against each other at the time? Not a whole hell of a lot. Matter of fact, the Prussians were, well, that's your Germans at the time. Your Prussians were on the side of Great Britain against France in the late 1880s and 1890s. We get into a lot of this stuff with Napoleon Bonaparte when it comes to that, but Napoleon's not that important. Actually, he is. He's important for the same reason that Hitler is important. It's called charisma. Charisma. But it ain't good. Just because you're able to convince people to do stuff for you doesn't mean you should. And it doesn't make those people good people. There's lots of people throughout this that would have done all sorts of horrible, evil things if I'd asked them to, but I didn't want them to do such things. Many of my friends were mad at me because when they wanted to go hurt people, I told them no. When they wanted me to carry around a gun, I told them no. Anyway, there's a lady here who is sort of trying to help. I say sort of for a reason. Wanting to help doesn't necessarily mean you have the time. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have the physical ability. Most of the issue with these people is that those physical abilities or disabilities are resulting in harm against me. If you tell me that you can't come forward about what you know because you're sick, keep in mind I've helped people while sick. Being sick doesn't make you incapable of speaking. If you having cancer, let's say you've got cancer, all right, which I've got no proof of. We can pretend for the moment, right? Let's say you've got cancer and you get sick and you die. Is that my fault? No. Now, if you know about situations, especially the situations I've been involved in, and you die without coming forward, knowing that I'll be harmed for the rest of my life unless you come forward, I don't know that there's a heaven for you. A lot of y'all want to push that heaven thing, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing these good Christian folks I keep hearing about. I hear nice, pretty words. Also, I look at the New Zealanders and their haka. How they've got hakas for the mission and hakas for the church and hakas for even the company that you work for has a haka. So first thing in the morning, that's like your workout routine. That's your regimen, your haka. And you stick your eyes out real big. Stick your tongue out for the world to see. Waylon Lolatai is one of them Polynesians. Do I hate all Polynesians because of him? Well, really, he's just a black guy. That's what he is in the United States. We're on the mainland. He's not Hawaiian. He's not Samoan. He's not Tongan. He's just a black man here. And I'm just a white man. Now, if I had my way, if I had things the way that I want them, Waylon Lolatai would not be alive. Because if I had things the way that I want them, we'd live in a perfect world. People like Waylon Lolatai wouldn't exist. Well, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I'm not God. It's true. I am not God. I don't make any of God's decisions. I don't get to, well, I can tell God to do whatever I want, but that doesn't mean that your deity is going to listen to me. A lot of y'all keep telling me to pray. And then I hear you praying for things for years and years and years, and you never get what you prayed for, do you? No, you don't. With Waylon Lolatai, with him wanting to bring his warrior culture to the United States, man, that is what he's done. Wanted to bring his tactical toa. This is a dude who glorifies violence and killing. The only way to make an example out of somebody like that, if you're going to kill them, is to do it publicly, very publicly, preferably in front of his family so they never forget the message, preferably with the removal of his head in front of his family so they get the message. You don't do those things to other human beings. And if you do, you should expect retaliation. So whereas most of my people's issue, they wanted to retaliate violently. They wanted to do violent things. And I told them no. I said, if anyone's going to break the law on this, it's going to be me, and I meant it. Waylon Lolatai is a coward. He's also a coward that's twice my size. He probably weighs as much as two of me. If you want to bring your warrior culture here and pretend like you're better than everybody else, you don't have a warrior culture. You have a culture of stupidity and cowardice. Would Waylon Lolatai in a million years fight somebody his own size? Probably not. Who did he beat on? Homeless people and women. Homeless people and women. And of course, this is a part of Polynesian tradition, isn't it? Beating on your wife, beating on women, beating on passers-by. Very much so. I like the boats, though. Looking at how screwed the Maori were, and still are. Same thing with the Samoans, same thing with Guam. There ain't much of their culture left. Not anything to write home about, for certain. So you got a bunch of people who live on little atolls. Bunch of people relocated, intentionally migrated by the United States. Now, how much of that is my fault? None of this all happened before I was born. You too, before Lolatai was born as well. But unlike most of you idiots, Lolatai gets off on the idea of killing. Gets off on the idea of hurting people. Although he gets off on the idea of it, it's committing the acts themselves that makes him the most happy. That's what makes him the most pleasurable. Now, he went to school in Colorado, and he also went to school in Hawaii. Because he's a drug dribbling fuck. He thinks that his drug use go unnoticed. Well, Lolatai had to do drugs to get as big as he is. The other thing is, he also had to beat on women. Even with his size, he still had to beat on little women and little homeless people. Zayd Atkinson, scrawny as shit. Yeah, me, scrawny and short. Sammy Leon Lawrence IV, scrawny and short. Michelle Clark, a very short woman. Sorry, Kelly Clark, very short woman. Michelle Rodriguez, again, very short woman. If you think that it's your place to beat on people that are littler than you, keep in mind some of us are highly intelligent and very good with a rifle. Keep in mind some of us aren't gonna fuck about trading punches with you, you fucking dumbass. Whale and Lolatai was too cowardly to do anything to me until I was in cuffs. I didn't need to be in cuffs. I needed to turn in my predators, you pieces of shit. Go fuck yourselves, every goddamn one of you.